So I made pancakes this morning, and I have now a stain on my sweater where I need to wash it because it has pancake stain on it. Hey, kitty. So I have a friend from South Africa, and I don't know if you knew, but South Africa has a very prominent barbecuing culture. It's a very different style of barbecuing than in the States. And when we got to know each other, we decided that we would organize a barbecue together. And I brought sort of the quintessential hamburgers, brats, recipes to this barbecue. And he brought these South African recipes, which were more interesting and exotic. So it ended up being a much more South African barbecue than an American barbecue. And one of the recipes he brought to this, what's called a braai, is something that Naomi and I enjoy so much. We're eating it for dinner tonight, and I want to show you this recipe. I think I've completely screwed it because I swap out all sorts of ingredients, but the basics stay the same. And I think the worst sin that I'm doing is I'm not using a barbecue. We're using a tosti ijzer, which I don't know whether there are lots of tosti ijzers in the States, but
it's a grill.
Yeah. It's literally for making like grilled cheese sandwiches. It's basically a grilled cheese sandwich. So what we'll be making today and what I'll be showing you is what's called a Braai Broodjie. I would call this version a barbecue broodjie because it is missing some essential South African ingredients. So let's get started. So the ingredients that we need are we need tomato, onions, and some type of cheese. I think cheddar and Gruyere works best. Anything that you might do, for example, like on a nice grilled cheese sandwich. We are using a little bit of cheddar and mostly this very normal Dutch cheese. And then you need 2 sauces. I'm using mayonnaise. The original recipe calls for butter, so I think for you butter would be better. And then there is a chutney that they like to use. I will link with a chutney that is commonly used, and it's this very sweet, savory. It kind of reminds me of barbecue sauce, but it's fruity. But I don't have it.
And we use barbecue sauce.
So we use barbecue sauce, which I think is available everywhere. But I think this chutney is also easy to find. And that's it. Like it's whatever 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients and bread.
So it's very simple.
Yeah, it's a very simple recipe. But it's delicious. It's really good. And it's just like a grilled cheese sandwich. It's pretty basic. So, yeah. All you have to do is you do mayonnaise one side. So then obviously for you butter. Barbecue sauce the other side. Oh my gosh.
You spread it out on both sides. So like the mayonnaise and
take a little bit from that
and the barbecue sauce, right?
Yep. The next step is now we're just going to layer. So I usually do on the barbecue sauce side, I do onions, then I do cheese, then I do tomatoes because I like my onions with my barbecue sauce. I like my tomatoes with my mayonnaise, and then I just have cheese in the middle, and it's just fine. It doesn't really matter. You can just do it whatever way that you want, but this is the way that I do it. And it's kind of crucial that you space out your onions, because otherwise it gets very, very oniony. So I use less onions than I sort of anticipate.
And the cats like to be in here as well. Say hi! Hi, Missy. Normally Missy is sitting on the trash can. Or I stole her spot.
It's great. I get a video out of this and dinner. This is awesome. And I get to share a recipe that I really enjoy. True. Yeah.
Cheese!
I am afraid that that an actual South African will get wind of my bastardization of this recipe. Be like, that's not a real braai broodjie. So broodjie is sandwich, and braai is barbecue. Actually, I think it's more like broodje in the way that brood is like bread, and then broodje is like a small bread. It's the same situation with broodjie. Yeah, this is Naomi's. She loves cheddar. So now we just layer on the tomatoes. You want everything to be thinly sliced. So the tomatoes thinly sliced. You want to get thin slices of cheese if you can. Shredded is better. I like tomatoes a lot, so I put more on mine than I put on Naomi's. And the onions also thinly sliced.
Yeah, so we have small onions. Like in the States, they're a lot bigger. And he used like a quarter for 3 sandwiches. And he still has some left. And we had a small tomato, although I think this one was a little bit bigger than normal. And we still have a bit left.
So there's no good reason why all of these are like different types of bread. They're literally all from different loaves. Somehow we managed to like not finish 2 loaves of bread, and then I opened a 3rd loaf of bread. So
yeah, I think that one, the brown one, is left from last week, and then I bought 2 more, and the white, you like white bread, so then we put it in the tostiijzer.
So if you don't have access to a tostiijzer, the best option is obviously do it on a barbecue, but I mean, obviously, like, you're not always going to want to be able to fire up your barbecue. You're not always going to be able to fire up a barbecue. Maybe you don't have a barbecue. Tostiijzer is a nice alternative if you have one. It's my favorite. Otherwise, we like doing it in the oven. I find that to be the most successful. Basically, do it any way that you do your grilled cheese sandwiches normally, but it is a little bit thicker. So I think the oven is a good option because I feel like it's able to be a little bit more uniform. So this is what I'm looking for. They're nice and melty, and the onion and the tomato have all cooked a little bit. So I'm just gonna take them right out. And of course, to make a sandwich taste better, you have to cut it in half. And
It is true.
Yeah, it just tastes better. I don't know why. I'm a big believer in the diagonal cut. I feel like a diagonal cut sandwich has more sandwich than if it's cut in this way.
It's a better proportion.
That's just math. That's just how math works. Genuinely. You get more.
Open it.
You get more sandwich. Bam.
Oh, nice.
Doesn't that look good? That look good? It's so stringy. What?
Nice and pretty.
Bam.
And you don't need extra sauce. Believe me.
No.
But we're gonna have some dinner now. Enjoy yours.